Hello there, welcome to news from Nepal television. I'm Smithuki Singh Tamang. Let's begin with the top stories for this afternoon. Dengue claims 2 lives in Nepalganj. Health Ministry mobilizing resources at local levels to contain the spread. Coalition task force inching closer to consensus on electoral seat allocation, expected to submit the report today. And Canadian police arrest second suspect of mass stabbing spree. Another suspect dies of self-inflicted injuries. Welcome back. The news in detail. Dengue infection has spread across the country, with 75 of the 77 districts reporting cases. According to Ministry of Health and Population, 6,707 people have been infected with dengue in less than a month. 2 dengue-infected patients admitted to the Nepalganj-based Peri Hospital for treatment also died on Wednesday. Bagmati province has become the most affected, with more than 80% of the cases in Kathmandu and Lalitpur. Meanwhile, District Health Office Kathmandu has requested people to launch a campaign against mosquito larvae at least once a week. Meanwhile, shortage of paracetamol has hit the country along with the increase in dengue infections. Consumers and pharmacies said with the increasing cases of dengue and seasonal fever, demand of cetamol has arisen. Also, there is a shortage of saline water in the market. The Department of Drug Administration stated the demand for cetamol has increased threefold due to the COVID and dengue infections. Due to limited production of cetamol in the country, stakeholders have urged the public not to unnecessarily stock the drug. The task force of the ruling coalition on election seat allocation is expected to finalize the mandate received for the preparation of the House of Representatives and Provincial Assembly elections. The task force members are likely to arrive at a decision on seat distribution and submit its report to the top leaders as the meeting is underway in Baluatar. The parties involved in the alliance formed a working group to prepare a blueprint for electoral coordination in the upcoming general elections. Time for a break now. We shall see you back with more updates. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. The remaining updates. The 56th International Literacy Day is being celebrated in Nepal today. At the call of the United Nations, September 8 is celebrated every year as International Literacy Day. The slogan for this year is Transforming Literacy Learning Spaces. The Education Review Office under the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology is publishing the report with the measurement of school excellence today on the occasion of the day. UNESCO has started celebrating this day worldwide since 1967 on the 8th day of September. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deva has said the government's prime responsibility is to educate its citizens. Giving message on the occasion of International Literacy Day, Prime Minister Deva called for effective measures to fulfill Nepal's commitment at the international level to obtain literacy goals. He also said that it is necessary to reduce the number of educational unemployment by promoting innovation and self-employment through education. Now the international update. Canadian police have arrested the second suspect in the stabbing deaths of 10 people in Saskatchewan after a 3-day manhunt that also yielded the body of his brother. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police said 32-year-old Miles Sanderson was found Wednesday near the town of Rosthern. An official familiar with the matter said Sanderson's vehicle was rammed by police and he surrendered. The fugitive's brother and fellow suspect, 30-year-old Damian Sanderson, was found dead Monday near the stabbing site. Police are investigating whether Miles Sanderson killed his brother. The death toll from a fire at a karaoke parlor in southern Vietnam has risen to 32, and some parts of the building remain inaccessible more than a day later. State media reported that fire that broke out late Tuesday trapped workers and customers inside the multi-story venue in Thuan An City in Binh Duong province. The fire was brought under control quickly but smoldered into the next day. Some people were injured from asphyxiation and others suffered broken limbs when they jumped from upper floors to try to escape the fire, reports said. Time again for a break. We shall see you at the other side with more updates. To stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching English News on Nepal television. And now more from International Front. South Korea on Thursday proposed a meeting with North Korea to resume reunions of families separated by the Korean War, despite long-strained ties between the rivals over the North's nuclear weapons program. It's unclear if North Korea would accept the offer because it has already rejected the new South Korean government's offer to provide massive aid in return for denuclearization. Unification Minister Kwon Yong-si said the South Korea hopes that responsible officials of the two Koreas will meet in person as soon as possible for a candid discussion. Since the 1950-53 Korean War ended, the two Koreas have been banning millions of people who found themselves suddenly divided from visiting each other's territory across the world's most heavily fortified border. Decades later, most have no word on whether their loved ones are still alive. Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh joined his Japanese counterpart Yasukazu Hamada on Thursday for a meeting in Tokyo. The meeting is the second part of an India-Japan 2+2 meeting that involves the defence ministers and foreign ministers of both countries. Yasukazu Hamada, during the opening statements of the bilateral meeting, said with India's support, Japan would like to keep on developing the bilateral defence cooperation so that the latter can realize the free and open Indo-Pacific. The ministers are expected to discuss ways to cooperate in the field of defence and further strengthen their countries' bilateral relations. As California suffers through another day of a heat wave, wildfires continue to burn in the state. A fire in Hemet in Southern California was sending thick smoke billowing from mountain ridges. The deadly Fairview fire grew to more than 11 square miles near the city of Hemet in Riverside County, about 80 miles southeast of Los Angeles. The fire erupted Monday amid triple-digit heat and spread ferociously, killing 2 people who were found in a vehicle, severely burning another person while destroying 7 structures and damaging several others. More updates lined up at the other side, but before that, let's take a look at the highlights first. Apple launched new smartphones on Wednesday at prices similar to recent models despite inflation and supply chain woes, while unveiling a premium digital watch with a price tag to match. While a 90-minute presentation at the company's California headquarters did not include any surprise reveals, the tech giant did unveil a new digital identification system to obviate the need for a physical SIM card. The set of updated products, which also includes new earbuds, is designed to keep customers loyal to its lucrative technology ecosystem, the company says. Features of the new iPhone 14 include a more durable battery and new photographic capacities to capture ultra-wide scenes and low-light settings. Now the sports. And before we wrap up the headlines one more time. Dengue claims 2 lives in Nepalganj. Health Ministry mobilizing resources at local levels to contain the spread. Coalition task force inching closer to consensus on electoral seat allocation, expected to submit the report today. And Canadian police arrest second suspect of mass stabbing spree. Another suspect dies of self-inflicted injuries. That's it for this edition of NTV News. Thanks for staying with us. Goodbye. Namaste.